Prince Harry did get into a physical fight with his uncle Prince Andrew, and the pair of royal spares did row over Prince Andrew's warning regarding Meghan Markle. But on the other, it's the clearest way to see media bias in action. So here's an example of a story barely getting any traction on the right. Joe Rogan just accused the Trump administration of gaslighting its own supporters over the Epstein scandal. It's a rare moment. His royal oafishness, sex-obsessed, vulgar, vile bedroom habits, and a Meghan bullying bombshell, all exposed in devastating book royals tried to back.
Oh, honey. You think you've seen royal drama before? The British monarchy has been a soap opera for centuries. Affairs that made headlines, abdications that shook the throne, scandalous tapes whispered about at dinner tables, and even Netflix digging up all their skeletons. But this latest leak? Oh, it's not just drama. It's a detonation inside Buckingham Palace. The kind of shockwave that made even the Queen's corgis freeze mid-bark.
Probably most fascinating is that Harry, a man who, by the way, never questioned that very odd-looking Michael Jackson wannabe Omid Scobie when he decided to reveal to the world that King Charles and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, were so-called racist.
The claim? Explosive doesn't even begin to cover it. Prince Harry, the cheeky, lovable spare we all watched grow up, allegedly got into a full-on physical fight with his disgraced uncle, Prince Andrew. And no, darling, this wasn't a tipsy pub shove over the last pint. This was royal flesh meeting royal fist. Why? Because Andrew, in all his tactless glory, allegedly told Harry that marrying Meghan Markle was, and I quote, the biggest mistake ever.
But when it came to these allegations, he did release a statement to his favorite US tabloid People. Prince Harry denies physical fight with Prince Andrew.
If you've ever wondered what it's like when royal whispers spill into the blazing light of public gossip, buckle up. Andrew's words to Harry weren't sugar-coated. There was no subtlety, no gentle phrasing, just a verbal dagger straight to the heart.
And for the Duke of Sussex telling the magazine, I can confirm neither of those things are true. Prince Harry and Prince Andrew have never had a physical fight, nor did Prince Andrew ever make those comments about the Duchess of Sussex to Prince Harry.
According to the rise and fall of the House of York, Andrew didn't just stop at biggest mistake ever. Oh no, he doubled down like it was a poker game he was determined to win, calling Meghan an opportunist, saying she was too old for Harry, and predicting their marriage wouldn't last a month. That's not shade, sweetie. That's a full royal blackout.
Andrew Lowney says, not too fast. He isn't at all worried about this new legal threat. And I'll just take you.
And here's the kicker. Andrew didn't drop this verbal grenade during some formal meeting or over Earl Grey in the drawing room. The book claims it happened in a raw, unguarded moment. Just Andrew, the eternal second son, talking to Harry, the other eternal second son. But instead of bonding over their spare status, Andrew chose to tear down the one woman Harry chose outside the royal script.
I guess most shocking allegations in the book itself, which is available now.
Insiders say words like that sting more than anything the tabloids could ever print because they come from inside the gilded cage. Meghan has been called calculating, demanding, and manipulative by the press for years. But when those labels come from your own family, that's betrayal, especially from a man whose own moral standing, well, let's just say it's not exactly squeaky clean.
The royal family held a summit about Andrew, at which it was agreed there was no way back for him because of the reputational damage he was causing the monarchy.
Andrew's marriage doom prediction wasn't just cruel. It dripped with old-world condescension. Too old? Meghan was 36 when she married Harry, the same age Kate Middleton was when she was already a mother of 3. Opportunist? Coming from someone who's spent decades clinging to royal perks while contributing little to the monarchy's modern relevance? Please.
Family gathering in 2013, Harry and Andrew had got into a heated argument and punches were thrown over something Andrew said behind Harry's back. According to a source close to both men, Harry told him he was a coward not to say it to his...
Now, whether Andrew truly believed this or just wanted to provoke Harry is anyone's guess. But in palace politics, intent doesn't matter. Impact does. And the impact here? Immediate combustion. Harry, who's always been fiercely defensive of Meghan, went from zero to volcanic in seconds. Some might say Andrew was just looking out for his nephew. Others call it what it looked like, a thinly veiled power play, a reminder that in the House of Windsor, loyalty has conditions and affection comes with an expiration date. Harry's temper? Not exactly a royal secret. From schoolmates to army buddies to palace staff, people have whispered about his quick fuse for years. So when Andrew tossed out that biggest mistake ever about Meghan, it was like lighting a match in a petrol-soaked room. No polite chuckle, no fake smile. Harry went off. Sources say Harry didn't hesitate. He fired back, calling Andrew a coward for never saying it before and accusing him of hiding behind palace walls while letting others leak poison to the press. Witnesses, or at least those claiming to be nearby, say voices rose, the air thickened, and the insults got personal, fast. And then? Oh, the moment that took this from family spat to tabloid gold, physical contact. Reports say Harry actually got the better of Andrew, leaving his uncle with a bloody nose. It wasn't a WWE showdown, but it was enough to leave visible proof and send palace aides scrambling to contain the scene. Because, let's face it, two royals throwing hands over tea and family politics, that's not something you can sweep under a Windsor rug. For Harry, this wasn't just an overreaction. Meghan has been his unwavering partner since the moment he cut ties with the firm. Any attack on her, especially from inside the family, is an attack on him. And while William freezes people out when angry, Harry, he's a lot more hands-on. And Andrew? Well, his own spectacular fall from grace makes this clash even more humiliating for him. Here's a man stripped of royal duties, dodging public events, and desperately clinging to relevance, now painted as the loser in a dust-up with his younger nephew. Meghan didn't even have to say a word. Harry's fury said it all. But this wasn't just Andrew mouthing off. Meghan has always been Harry's line in the sand. The one topic that flips his switch from calm to confrontational. Since the moment their relationship went public, she's been under fire. Too outspoken, too ambitious, too American, too everything. And most of that venom hasn't come from the public. It's come from the very institution Harry once served. Staff, courtiers, even the royal machinery itself. So when Andrew, a man sitting on a mountain of his own scandals, allegedly called Meghan the biggest mistake of Harry's life, it wasn't just rude. It was confirmation of what Harry had suspected all along. Meghan would never be truly accepted by the royals. And let's be real, hearing that from Andrew of all people, the hypocrisy could drip off the palace walls. This is a man whose reputation is already in ruins, passing judgment on the one woman Harry credits with helping him escape. Harry sees Meghan as more than his wife. She's proof that he can live life on his own terms. She's the symbol of his breakaway from the cold, rigid machinery of the monarchy. An attack on her is an attack on his very decision to walk away. That's why Andrew's jab hit him in a way no tabloid headline ever could. Insiders say Harry's loyalty to Meghan is unshakable, to the point of cutting off friends and family who cross her. So Andrew? Oh, he just signed his name on that list. Except this time, the fallout wasn't silent. It was loud, messy, and very, very physical. After the book hit shelves, the palace, radio silence. Lawyers were involved, whispers flew, but not a peep from the firm. The author wasn't backing down either, claiming his source was beyond question, and that there was even more he hadn't revealed yet. Translation: this wasn't going away. The optics for the palace? Brutal. For years, they've been accused of shielding Andrew despite his scandals, while letting negative stories about Meghan run wild. Now they were in a position where defending Andrew meant siding against Meghan, and that's a PR nightmare. Harry's team quickly ran to People magazine with a sharp denial. No, the fight never happened. No, Andrew never made those comments, but the very act of addressing it made the story even juicier. Suddenly, Meghan looked like the wronged woman, Harry the loyal husband, and Andrew, the jealous, scandal-ridden uncle throwing stones from a shattered glass house. And here's the messy part. Palace aides reportedly feared that any comment on Andrew's alleged words could open the door to Meghan's rocky royal history. And that's a conversation they've been desperate to avoid since Megxit. Ignore it and it looks like a cover-up. Address it and you risk fanning the flames. In short, a lose-lose situation. But if there's one person who didn't have to say a single word through all of this, it was Meghan. She let the story, and Harry's alleged reaction, speak for itself. And in doing so, she got a PR win she didn't even have to work for. For years, Meghan's been painted as the troublemaker, the one who changed Harry, the rule breaker. But now, the narrative shifted. She was the woman so important to Harry that he'd allegedly risk a physical fight with his own uncle to defend her honor. Hollywood couldn't have written it better. Social media exploded. Even some of Meghan's critics begrudgingly admitted Andrew was in no position to throw judgment around. Supporters of the Sussexes framed Harry as the devoted husband, standing up against the old guard of the monarchy. But this drama didn't just exist in a vacuum. It stirred up old resentments between Andrew and Prince William, too. William's never been fond of Andrew, especially after years of condescending comments toward Kate in her early days. Add in Andrew's refusal to leave his cushy royal lodge home, and William's patience has worn thin. Now toss Harry into the mix. His relationship with Andrew shattered, William's dislike already simmering, and you've got Andrew isolated from both brothers. In a family where alliances are survival, that's dangerous. And Meghan? She's become the lightning rod. Her defenders say she's just exposing the cracks that were always there. Her critics claim she's the spark that sets the royal house ablaze. Either way, she's at the center of it. and Andrew's comments only made her position more cemented. Long before the wedding, people close to Harry had doubts about Meghan. Those friends were quickly cut out. Courtiers whispered about her being demanding. Senior royals questioned her ability to adapt. But Andrew, if this account is true, said it straight to Harry's face. No leaks, no middleman, just blunt force honesty. And that's why it blew up. The truth is, Meghan's growing list of royal enemies is also a list of people who hold real power over the narrative. And Andrew? He's one the palace has gone out of its way to protect. That makes him even more infuriating in Harry's eyes, because Meghan has never been given that same courtesy. Her supporters say this is just another case of her refusing to play nice with those who undermine her. Her detractors see it as her alienating people. But either way, every new feud adds another crack to the House of Windsor's foundations. And while the Sussex brand has taken hits over the past few years, with Netflix deals under scrutiny, the Spotify contract ending abruptly, and whispers of financial pressure, Andrew's biggest mistake warning poured gasoline on an already burning fire. For Meghan and Harry, perception has always been currency. And in the brutal market of public opinion, that currency can lose value overnight. Andrew's words framed Meghan not as the misunderstood outsider, but as a dangerous influence. And in the world of royal gossip, that framing is hard to shake. 5 years into their post-palace life, Harry and Meghan have weathered scandals, lawsuits, and media wars. They've built their brand on the idea of love, loyalty, and carving their own path. But Andrew's alleged comments? They were designed to tear at that image. Still, even if Andrew's words carried a sliver of truth, his delivery, arrogant, hypocritical, dripping with personal baggage, guaranteed Harry would reject them. And perhaps that's the real tragedy here. If he'd spoken with genuine concern instead of judgment, maybe his nephew would have listened. Instead, this became yet another royal chapter full of betrayal, family fractures, and enough drama to keep the public hooked for years. Because let's be honest, once a story like this escapes Buckingham Palace's walls, it never truly dies.